Hello, Cheap Aura here, and if you are planning your upcoming vacation, I'd highly recommend trying out a celebrity cruise. Now, celebrity skews more towards an adult crowd rather than families. Their cruise line is all about comfort and affordable luxury. The Celebrity Beyond ship, as you see here, is one of their newer vessels in the Celebrity Edge class, having taken its maiden voyage in April of 2022. Over the course of this video, I'll give you a little bit of pros and cons to this ship, along with just travel tips when you're going from one end of the ship to the other and kind of exploring what the ship is about. Now, as you can see here, the ship bar known as the Magic Carpet, this is a bar on an elevator, and it changes its purpose depending on the deck from a dining experience on level 5 to a full-fledged bar on deck 14, and then on deck 2 becomes more of an extension of your disembarkation when you're going on an excursion or going off the ship onto one of the many ports during the course of your cruise. If planning to go to the Magic Carpet Bar and restaurant, just be aware that during some of these sea days, some strong winds might limit the availability and schedule of that bar. Now on to the Sunset Bar on deck 15. The Sunset Bar, as you can see here, provides full 360-degree views of the ocean. And the great thing about this bar is that it's just really one of the more unique features of the Celebrity Beyond vessel. Now, I will recommend that the Sunset Bar does not have the greatest drinks on the ship, but of course it has one of the better views. It's also a scorcher on a hot day, considering that that bar kind of has your full view of the ocean along with the heat of the summer sun. Adjacent to the Sunset Bar, as you can see there, is the infinity pools. These are not warm pools, so be careful on a cold day if you're looking for a more warm jacuzzi. There are still jacuzzis throughout the ship, but these infinity pools will not be warmed up and are not temperature controlled. Moving on to the rooftop garden, this has a restaurant and also is used as a bit of an activity area where you can be able to watch movies, and sometimes they might have games and other things going on at the rooftop garden. Now, there is a restaurant at this garden as well, but this is a premium restaurant that will be charging additional beyond the available 4 main dining areas that are included as part of your regular admission. Now, on sea days, the decks 14 and 15 may be completely taken over with crowds. Now, if you're looking to still have an experience of being able to enjoy a drink at the bar and just be able to lounge around, the Mass Bar is one of those bars that are tucked away that not many people know about. So if you're looking to grab a drink and still be nearby the pool, I definitely check out the Mass Bar. This is one that is really kind of a secret hideaway. Moving on to the solarium, while the cruise line is skewed more towards an adult experience, of course they do allow families, but the solarium is an 18 and over. This is an adults only section of the ship, and as you can see here, this has a pool and jacuzzi along with being kind of a main entryway for the gym. This is just behind the doors. Located inside the solarium is the Spa Cafe. These are more health-conscious food items at a buffet-style table, along with having the staff be able to make you a juice or protein shake after a long workout. Now, as I've mentioned before, with the exterior of the ship being impacted by the environments, on any day that the weather is going to be bad, especially with strong winds and rain, the pool deck might be limited in terms of accessibility. They may even lock some of the sliding doors so you cannot exit some of the cafes to actually go to the exterior pool deck. You might have to find a more limited way around. And that's, of course, for guest safety. Some of the nicest and calmest parts of being on the Celebrity Cruise is just being out on the pool deck at nighttime where the crowds have dispersed, gone to their dining experiences or to the theater, and the pool deck is completely empty, and just be able to kind of enjoy a drink and relax in the kind of stillness and the sounds of the ocean. Moving on to the interior of the ship, as we are heading to the walkway that will lead you to the Eden Cafe and Bar and Restaurant, along with the Blue Restaurant that's on this side, which is both specialty restaurants. As you can see here, the whole purpose of the ship is being able to give you that calming atmosphere. This is almost like walking through a planetarium, as you can see. Many people just be able to use this as a bit of a photo opportunity, along with the ability just to take a moment and relax. Now, as stated, this walkway leads to the Eden Bar and Restaurant, along with the restaurant Blue, which is one of the specialty restaurants on the ship. As stated, the Blue restaurant is more for the health conscious, along with having wines that are also more health conscious as well, identified as biodynamic drinks. Now, one of my favorite spots on the ship is the Eden Bar and Restaurant. The bar serves some very interesting cocktails that tie into the entire kind of atmosphere of this section of the ship, which is very earthy. It has very foresty type of environments to everything from the seats to the backgrounds, the walls, and the drinks themselves are all very specific to that kind of jungle, forestry, natural of the earth type of theme. Definitely one of my favorite spots in terms of the design aspects of this part of the vessel. Now, during the nighttime, in terms of the entertainment, this type of location of the ship will be turned from a bar and restaurant over to an entertaining area. This bar will also utilize some of its spacing for high performers. So there will be balancing acts, there'll be plenty of interactions with actors that are in this middle area, as you can see here, that acts as a stage, but the actors will be walking past you during their performances. And this is all scheduled amongst the days of the cruise, that you have this additional show that is taking part in the Eden Bar and Restaurant. Now, the purpose of this is to have you as part of, or at least feel like you are a participant in the show, in the aspect that the show is taking part all around you, that the high performing acts are going on right next to you amongst this bar and restaurant. And that could be a very interesting factor, but I do caveat that to say this gets packed very quickly and gets full very quickly. So, highly recommend that if you want to be able to see the shows in the Eden Bar and Restaurant, you be there at least 45 minutes to 1 hour ahead of showtime. Otherwise, you'll be out of luck in terms of being able to have visible access to the show. Otherwise, a lot of the negative parts of the Eden Bar is that a lot of the seats and chairs are still behind pillars and walls that block any view from the shows that'll be taking part in this part of the ship. Also, be advised that the cocktails, while very unique and interesting and one of a kind, considering the themes of the cocktails themselves to be part of that earthy and natural atmosphere of the Eden Bar and Restaurant, they may exceed your premium drink package. So just keep that in mind, that if you're hoping that these are included in your premium drink package, some of the prices of these drinks will exceed that price. The Eden Bar and Restaurant is also a spot that you can catch breakfast buffet in the mornings, and I'd say the early mornings, because typically they're closing up shop at around 10 or 11 a.m. in the morning. And also, breakfast is only served in Eden on sea days, so just keep that in mind in terms of the availability of being able to pick up breakfast in this area. Now, there are 4 complimentary dining areas in the ship, the most crowded or the most visited of which is this main dining area just past the pool, the Ocean Cafe. And the Ocean Cafe is a great place for those that want to pick up on the go, self-serve, and just be able to have differing options each day. Now, of course, the last day we'll have lobster, but this is definitely the go-to or the most active area on the ship. And it actually opens very early and closes very late. So for those looking for a pizza or a bit of pasta in the middle of the night up until about midnight or 1 a.m., you can still pick up some of those items here before you go to bed. Now, for those looking for specialty restaurants, these are restaurants not included in your admission ticket. There is the aforementioned Blue or Lumine, and there's also a steakhouse and plenty of other specialty restaurants, but you'll get plenty of great food and dining experiences at the 4 main dining halls, each from a different part of the world, from Tuscan, which is Italian, to Normandy, which is French, Cyprus, which is Greek, and Cosmopolitan, which has more American flavor. My least favorite of these restaurants is Cyprus, but definitely my favorite is Tuscan. But no matter where you go, you're not going to end up still being hungry. Now, of course, one of the main attractions of the ship or any celebrity vessel is the drinks. And the Martini Bar is the place to go on Deck 3, having more of the most social interactions and gossip on the ship, along with some very energetic staff members that do shows. So your favorite bartender at the Martini Bar will break out a dance during certain times of the evening. And they are definitely some of the best bartenders that you'll have on the ship. Definitely remembering what type of drinks that you like, your name, along with just being able to converse with them and learn about them. Definitely one of the highlights of the ship is heading out to the Martini Bar and seeing some of these shows. Now, the Martini Bar, from multiple decks, you can have a view of the Martini Bar as they'll dance and sing and dance atop on the bar to be able to kind of celebrate all the guests on the ship. So make sure to tip well at the Martini Bar. Now, you'll see plenty of guests that'll stick around throughout the night until they close up shop at anywhere between 1 to 1:30. You'll have plenty of socialization, gossip happening at the Martini Bar. This is the hot spot. But my favorite area of the ship is definitely the world-class bar. Just having some of the best drinks I've ever tasted, and the bartenders really, really get to know you. Best old fashions that I can think of are at this spot right here. World-class bar. Just make sure not to get one of the drinks that you could get at the pool bar because they are very efficient and specific in terms of the drinks they make. Only top tier drinks are offered by the bartenders here. And many of the drinks that are offered here also may exceed your premium drink package, like this smoked old fashioned that the bartender is making right now. So keep in mind, if you're looking for something that you could find at the pool bar, go to the pool bar. If you're looking for a more higher class at the world class bar for your drink, make sure to hit up the world class bar. So don't expect to get a strawberry daiquiri or a mojito or a margarita because they're not going to make it here. Another hotspot on the ship is the club. This gives you kind of the feel and atmosphere of a nightclub, and this transforms at night to be able to have a show much like Eden that is kind of amongst the tables and chairs, so you're kind of a part of the show itself. Similar issues, though, in terms of there's very limited seating compared to the amount of people that will want to see a show. So be there 45 minutes to an hour ahead of time of showtime. And additionally, there's plenty of spots in the club that may block visibility to the show. There is a bar at the club. Just keep in mind that more often than not, the bar will be open around the times that they're going to be kind of peak periods. So if you're looking for a drink at the club during the day rather than at night, the club bar may be closed and you may have to come back at a later time. With the shows and music, the intent here as many times is to give the atmosphere of a speakeasy and more of a Depression era type of bar. So that does it for my part 1 of the Celebrity Beyond cruise ship. There's still plenty to go over, like entertainment avenues that are available on the ship, along with certain spots that I still have not shown you, like the Teens Club on the ship as well. So with that, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on the high seas. Bye.